To change the number of decimal places, press the second key, which is the gray key in the upper left area of the keypad. Next, press the decimal point key, located at the very bottom of the keypad in the center of the row. This invokes the format command. Notice that it says DEC equals and then a number. The default is 2. In this case, I'm going to set the decimal point to 4, so I'll press the 4 button and then Enter in the upper left area of the keypad. Note that this now shows DEC equals 4.0000. I'll press second and then the Compute button just above that to quit and return to the standard display. The display now shows 4 decimal places instead of 2. If you need a floating decimal, you can set the decimal count to 9. It can sometimes be helpful to just completely reset the calculator to its original factory settings. In order to do this, press the second key in the upper left-hand area of the keypad, and then the plus-minus key, located just to the left of the equals button in the lower right-hand corner of the keypad. This will bring up the warning, RST. If you are sure that you want to reset the calculator, just press the Enter key in the upper left-hand area of the keypad just to the right of the Compute key. This will reset all variables stored in the calculator, as well as any settings or format changes. Whenever you perform a new TVM calculation, you should always clear the TVM variables first. To do this, press the second key in the upper left-hand area of the keypad. Then, press the Future Value, or FV key, located at the right side of the TVM button row, just below the second key. This will clear all TVM variables entered. There are 2 types of methods to assign numbers to TVM variables. The first method is to enter the number first. For example, if I wanted the number of periods to be 25, I would press 25 on the keypad and then press the number of periods, or N key, on the left-hand side of the TVM button row. Notice the display reads N equals 25.00. This means the number 25 has been entered for the variable N. This first method is applied to any variable that is listed on the key itself in the TVM button row. The second method is to call the variable first. For example, in order to assign the number of periods in a year, you must first press the second key in the upper left-hand area of the keypad, and then press the I/Y key. This will display the variable PY. Now, to enter the number of periods per year, I have to enter the number followed by the Enter key. In this case, I'll set the number of periods per year to 6, so I'll press the 6 key on the keypad and then the Enter key in the upper left-hand area of the keypad. Notice the display reads P/Y equals 6.00. This means the number 6 has been entered for the variable PY. This second method is applied to the PY variable and the amortization variable in the TVM button row. Accounting for the correct direction of cash flow is one of the most important considerations in financial calculations. The basic rule is to apply a negative sign to any number that represents a cash outflow, that is, cash that is leaving your possession. For example, if I was performing a TVM calculation that specified that I was investing $100, I would enter 100 and then press the plus-minus key in order to represent that the $100 was a cash outflow. On the other hand, a number that represents a cash inflow, such as a return, is entered as a positive number. Failing to represent cash flow direction correctly during a financial calculation may not always result in an incorrect final amount. However, it could result in the final solution representing the incorrect cash flow direction, indicating a return where there will actually be a loss, or a loss where there would actually be a return. To calculate the present value of a lump sum amount, we have a sample problem to evaluate. Emma estimates that it will cost her daughter $55,000 to attend college in 4 years. How much should she invest today at an annual interest rate of 8% compounded monthly to be able to send her daughter to college in 4 years? Before we begin this calculation, let's clear the TVM variables. I'm going to press the second key and then clear TVM. Now let's input the variables that we have. We know that Emma needs $55,000 at the end of 4 years, so I'm going to press 55,000 and then press the future value, or FV key, on the right side of the TVM button row. Continuing through the problem, the next variable we run into is that the annual interest rate is 8%. So I'll press 8 on the keypad and then the interest rate per year, or IY key. Because this interest rate is compounded monthly, we need to change the number of periods per year to 12. To do this, I'll press the second key and then I'll press PY. Now I'll enter 12 and then press the Enter key. Note the display now reads PY equals 12.00. Now I'll press second Quit to quit and return to the home screen. The only variable I'm missing here is the number of periods. I could do this particular calculation in my head, since I know that I've got 12 periods per year and I've got 4 years. So I know I can just multiply 4 times 12 to get n. I may not always be able to calculate this number in my head, however, so I'm going to use a quick and handy feature built into the BA2. We've already entered the number of periods per year as 12, so I'm just going to type the number 4, which is the number of years, and then I'll press the second key and XPY. This will multiply whatever number I type in first with the number entered for PY. Now I can just press the number of periods, or N key, and you can see it now reads N equals 48.00. Now all I have to do is calculate for the present value. So I'll press the Compute button in the upper left corner of the keypad, and then press the present value, or PV key, located at the center of the TVM button row. Here you can see that my answer is negative $39,980.63. The reason this number displays as negative is that the calculator is accounting for the direction of cash flow. The number is negative because it represents an investment. Emma has to invest $39,980.63 today in order to achieve her goal. To calculate the future value of a lump sum amount, we have a word problem to evaluate. If Nolan invests $5,000 today in an asset earning a 6% rate of return compounded annually, how much will he have after 3 years? Before we begin the calculation, let's clear the TVM variables. I'll press the second key and then press Clear TVM. Now let's begin inputting our variables. Nolan is investing $5,000 today, so I'll enter 5,000 and then press the plus/minus key. Next, I'll press the present value, or PV key, located in the middle of the TVM button row. Note the display reads PV equals negative 5,000.00. The interest rate is 6%, so now I'll press 6 and then the interest rate per year, or IY key. Because this rate is compounded annually, I'll now press the second key and then Payments per year, or PY. Now I'll enter 1 and then press the Enter key in the upper left area of the keypad. Note the display reads PY equals 1.00. Now I'll press second Quit to quit and return to the home screen. Finally, I'll press the 3 key on the keyboard to represent 3 years, and then the N key on the left side of the TVM button row to display N equals 3.00. All I have left to do now is solve for FV, so I'll press the Compute button in the upper left corner of the keypad, and then the Future Value key, or FV, located at the right side of the TVM button row. This shows the asset's future value as $5,955.08.